My name is Sumit Kumar Das and welcome back to SKD Neuron. I am super excited to kick off a brand new playlist on deep learning and neural networks. In this series, we'll explore everything from basics to advanced concept, covering different types of neural networks including ANN, CNN, and RNN. We'll also deep dive into both theoretical and practical hands-on coding walkthrough along with some real-world projects. So first, let's start with the first big question. What exactly is deep learning? Deep learning is a subset of machine learning that uses neural network to learn patterns in the data. You can think this as you are teaching a machine to learn the way humans learn. How humans learn? By recognizing different patterns and making connection with them. Then what this term deep learning means? It means it should have more depth. Deep means depth, right? It should have more depth or more number of depth of layers in your neural network. The more the number of layers will be in the neural network, it should learn the more complex pattern. Then what is a neural network? Neural networks are inspired by our brain. A neuron receives signals to dendrites, process them in the cell body, and if the signal is very strong enough, then it will pass this signal through the axon to the other neurons or other cell bodies. This is exactly what we're trying to mimic artificially, taking input, processing them, and producing output. Now let's build a simple neural network. So every neural network will have three components. One is input layer, then it will be hidden layer, then last will you have output layer. Input layer represents your features and these are called as neurons. So let's you have three features x1, x2 and x3 passed to these inputs. Hidden layer will have n number of neurons depending upon what kind of architecture you are running, and you can have n number of hidden layers as well. And output you will have depending upon what kind of output you are predicting. If you are predicting a cat image dog, uh, if you are predicting a picture of a dog or cat, then you will have yes or no, it is a dog or not a dog. So you will have one output. Suppose here we are trying to predict handwritten image detection or digit detection between 0 to 9, right? Okay, then what these features represent? These features will represent, suppose this is one 9 we have. Okay, this is one image, we are trying to detect what is written inside this image. So these features will represent the brightness of the each of the pixel of this image. So each feature will represent brightness of one pixel of the image. So this will be one pixel, this will be another pixel, this will be another pixel. So it will represent each pixel of the image. Then there will be hidden layers. Hidden layers will process these inputs. So to process these inputs, input has to be passed from, or the features has to be passed from input layer to hidden layers. So they have to make connections between them. So these are few of the connections made between input layers to the hidden layers. Okay, there will be multiple connections, and each of these connection will have a value associated with it, which are mostly called as weights. Each of these neuron, hidden layer neuron, will represent by some functions called as activation function. What we call this as activation functions. And this hidden layer will finally be passed to the output to make the predictions. What these digits are, what the digit are. It will detect that it is 9. So in next video we'll see how these weight and biases plus activation functions are combinedly producing this output. But once this output is predicted, sometimes neural network may not predict the correct output. Okay, so then we'll have one logic, or you can say one algorithm called as backpropagation. So this is invented by Jeffrey Hinton in 1986. In 1986 it has been discovered. Okay, so these backpropagations with combination with loss functions. Okay, so these backpropagation with a lot of concept. We'll see what these backpropagations are. Okay, So this propagation will help us in predicting better outputs. So why do we need multiple layers? Why go that much deep? Because every layer learns some different levels of abstraction from the input. For example, in this handwritten digit recognition, which are basically images, first layer might try to detect the edges of the pixel. Second layer might try to detect the patterns between the edges of the pixel. And third layer might recognize parts of the digit or the object, this image. And the final layer may recognize the whole complete object or the final digit. So the deeper the network is, the more complex pattern it can learn. That's why deep learning has been so successful on solving complex problems like computer vision, NLP, or GNAI as well. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into how neural networks actually work by building our very first model from scratch. So don't miss it. We'll also be follow up through code examples, real world projects, and tips to will help you in building your own model step by step. Because if you are trying to transition in data science or you are trying to get job in data science, deep learning and neural network you must know. These are the foundations to learn any advanced concept, be it computer vision or NLP or generative AI. So, if you are excited in this journey, make sure to hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so that you can keep updated with the upcoming videos. And if you like this video, like and share it with your friends whom you want to be part of this journey. Till then, keep learning, keep coding, and keep growing.